My name is Barone Savori, and I'm a pastor here in Southeastern California Conference. I've been here since the year 2000. It's the conference that hired me. I also grew up here in this conference, so I attended the 16th Street Church in San Bernardino from the time I was about 5 years of age. This is just home for me. This conference is the place that I grew up, place that I went to school, and the place that I've come back to. And privileged to serve currently at the Valley Fellowship SDA Church in Rialto, California.
My name is Mary Mendoza, originally from Venezuela, and I attend the Fontana SDA Spanish Church at this time.
My name is Daisuke Fujimori, Associate Pastor of the Japanese congregation at Mission Road Church.
Yeah, my name is Mark Tatum, and I am from right here in the La Sierra community of Riverside, California. My dad was a chemistry professor up the street at La Sierra University through my whole childhood. So primary education, secondary education, university education, all right here. In my current position as assistant to the president of the conference, each Sabbath I'm here and there at different churches. But when I do get an occasional Sabbath off, I attend the Orange Coast Church in Irvine with my family.
When I first heard about the trust department, I had very little understanding of what they did. To be honest, I was nervous because in Japan, I had seen a pastor lose his position over trust-related issues. My first real experience with the trust department happened through caring for an elderly Japanese woman in our community. She wasn't a member, but we supported her together. And I was there when she met with someone from the department.
Well, I became familiar with the Trust Services by working here at the conference office. Every time I hear something that it was an advance or something that was positive, I wanted to bring that up to my husband, and we always discuss it, and that's how we end up creating a trust for the family.
Well, I was a young pastor in my early 30s, fresh out of seminary, and I was stationed out in El Centro, out near Mexico and the border with Arizona. And I'd been there a few months, and I got a call from Earl Laborie, who worked in the Trust Services Department, and he called and asked if he could come out on a certain Sabbath and preach a sermon and give an afternoon seminar to any members that would be interested. And I wasn't sure. I had never heard of this department before, so I did call a couple people and say, is this a legitimate department of the conference? And indeed it was. So he came out one Sabbath and did a lovely job preaching. My wife and I had him up to our apartment for lunch, and then he came back and gave the afternoon seminar. And, I saw as the people attended that it was helpful, that it was useful, that it was positive. And I kind of thought, well, this is really nice for like senior citizens. But for myself in my early 30s, the thought had never even crossed my mind for doing trust, property, will services for myself. It was only later that came personally to me.
I realized that I needed a number of key things to be in place. I needed to have a will. I needed to plan for the future. I've grown close to some of the ministries here. I really care about them because they've cared about me. When you look into doing these things in the open market, it can be really expensive to do. And so they took the time with me personally to just say, hey, this is what it is that we do. If there's some ministries that have been important to you, that have been a blessing to you, we'd love for you to make a contribution to that. There was nothing that I felt like my arm was twisted that I had to do. And then they assured me in the process to say, Barone, if you change your mind, come back and let us know. We'll make the changes that are necessary. We're here to serve you.
None of us likes to think of that, what would happen if I were to die question. But it is, unless the Lord Jesus comes first, it's a matter of when that happens, not if it happens. So to have the matter settled is just a really nice thing to have in the back of my mind. When that question does come up, it's of course negative, but I know that my family that surrounds me would not be burdened with the messiness, the legal and financial messiness, if I don't leave anything arranged for when I might pass away. To put them at ease is a blessing that I know that I can provide them.
When you have your things in order, He'll give you peace.
I'm so glad that I made the decision to plan for my family. You might have heard stories of people that unfortunately something has happened in their life, and their estate has gone to probate. Maybe their families don't have the benefit of being able to experience all of the things that their loved one had worked really hard to build up. But I know that in my case, I feel so much peace because I know that I have been intentional about it. They know that there's a plan in place. Not only do I maintain it, a copy of everything that's happening, but they also say that if anything happens to that, we're also making sure that we maintain a copy for you. And you can contact the conference office and they'll supply you with all of the things that you've set up with us today. That brings me a lot of peace.
And if I were to talk to a young person who might be skeptical, maybe my former self, I would kind of say, what do you have to lose by making end-of-life arrangements? Of course, it is in all likelihood far away, but should it be soon or far, things are set, things are settled. So it just helps to have things written down, to have them certified ahead of time.
If you're hesitant or unsure, I encourage you to take the first step and ask. You'll find that they truly care and they have the experience to help you.
Do your family a favor. Take care of your future, take care of your family, and also be a blessing to others as you so desire and as you wish.